Welcome to the ultimate guide to enhancing your Steam Deck experience. Whether you're a longtime gamer looking to optimize your gameplay or a new user exploring the capabilities of this powerful device, our roundup of the top 15 must-have apps for Steam Deck will supercharge your handheld gaming. From tools that boost performance and customize settings to apps that expand your game library and streamline media consumption, we've curated a list that promises to unlock the full potential of your Steam Deck. So buckle up and prepare to transform your portable gaming with these essential applications. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Proton Up Qt is a must-have app that works as a handy graphical tool. It streamlines the management of Steam compatibility tools like Steam Tinker Launch, making it a breeze to install, update, and uninstall without the need for deep technical know-how or root access. That's a big plus, especially when you're on the go with your Steam Deck. What makes Proton Up Qt so appealing is how it simplifies the often complex world of game compatibility on Linux-based systems like the Steam Deck. For starters, it automates the installation process of Steam Tinker Launch from either stable releases or directly from Git. No fuss about uninstalling old versions. The new one replaces the old ones seamlessly. It even takes care of adding Steam Tinker Launch to your shell path, so you can start using commands immediately in supported shells like Bash, Zeesh, Kesh, and Fish. Moreover, Proton Up Qt ensures that Steam Tinker Launch is set as a compatibility tool within Steam automatically. Just remember to restart Steam to see the changes take effect. It's also clever enough to select the appropriate language translation for Steam Tinker Launch based on your system's locale, or default to English if your language isn't available. Uninstalling is just as clean and thorough, removing all traces from your system and shell path. However, you have the option to keep your Steam Tinker Launch configuration folder, which is handy if you have mods installed or need to migrate settings to another device. On the Steam Deck, Proton Up Qt doesn't bother you with dependency checks, as these are managed by SteamOS itself, making it even more straightforward. The interface guides you through the process whether you're installing from a stable source or venturing into the advanced mode for Git releases. The version management is straightforward too. Just a click to add a new version and the old one gets automatically updated. EmuDeck. For anyone going into the retro gaming scene on their Steam Deck, EmuDeck is practically a game changer. This nifty program allows you to run emulated games from a multitude of classic consoles right on your Steam Deck. What makes EmuDeck so appealing is its simplicity and the way it integrates these games into your existing Steam library. This means all your games, both Steam purchases and emulated classics, sit side by side for a seamless browsing and playing experience. Before you get started with EmuDeck, there are a few essentials you'll need to ensure the setup goes smoothly. First, consider grabbing a high-speed A2 mini SD card, like the SanDisk Extreme Pro. While you can install EmuDeck directly onto your Steam Deck's internal SSD, using an SD card keeps that space free for more demanding modern games. You'll also need to have your legally owned ROMs and BIOS files ready. These are necessary for running the games and must be obtained legally to ensure everything is above board. To transfer these files to your Steam Deck, a USB-C compatible storage device will be handy. Lastly, since the setup process takes place in the Steam Deck's desktop mode, having a keyboard and mouse will make your life much easier. Installing EmuDeck itself is simple. You'll start by switching your Steam Deck to desktop mode and then navigate to the EmuDeck website to download the installer tailored for SteamOS. From there, you can choose between Easy Mode, which installs everything for you, or Custom Mode if you prefer to pick and choose individual emulators. You'll also select where to store your ROMs. Opting for the SD card is a smart move to keep things organized. EmuDeck doesn't just run your games, it enhances them. Within the Quick Settings menu, you have options to adjust the visuals of your emulated games to make them look better than ever. From tweaking aspect ratios to match the original consoles to enabling CRT effects for that authentic retro feel, EmuDeck lets you customize the visual fidelity of your games. Whether you're reliving classics from the Dreamcast, PS1, or even earlier systems, you can tailor the experience to your preferences. Decky Loader. The Decky Loader app transforms your Steam Deck by allowing for an extensive range of customizations and tweaks that aren't available by default, enhancing both the functionality and aesthetics of your device. With this tool, you can modify themes, start up animations, and even incorporate desktop apps. It's not just about looks. Decky Loader also supports practical plugins that can improve game performance, manage storage, and even integrate with your Discord status to show what game you're playing. Installing Decky Loader is pretty simple too, and it starts with switching your Steam Deck to desktop mode, essentially turning it into a full-fledged Linux PC. You'll need a keyboard and mouse for this process, which makes everything from downloading to installation smoother. Once you've docked your Steam Deck and accessed your preferred browser, downloading and installing Decky Loader is just a few clicks away. What makes Decky Loader particularly great is the variety of plugins available once it's installed. For example, Power Tools can enhance game performance while optimizing battery life. Shoddy simplifies screenshot transfers, and Storage Cleaner helps free up essential space. There is even a plugin that mimics the PlayStation feature of playing theme music from your game's library, adding a nostalgic touch to your gaming sessions. Beyond enhancing your gaming experience, Decky Loader also encourages the exploration of new features with plugins like the Discord status or the free games notifier, which alerts you to free downloads from the Epic Store. With these tools, your Steam Deck becomes more than just a gaming console. It becomes a tailored gaming experience that reflects your preferences and needs. Heroic Launcher. The Heroic Launcher on the Steam Deck is a real deal for those who have amassed a collection of games through the Epic Games Store. With a setup process that's as easy as pie, you can unlock a whole new library of games on your Steam Deck with just a few clicks. Let's dive into why this might just become your go-to way to play more games on this versatile device. First off, the installation process is incredibly straightforward and user-friendly. After switching your Steam Deck to desktop mode, just press the Steam button, scroll down to Power, and then select Switch to Desktop. You're almost there. Once in desktop mode, you can open up the Discover app, which is likely already sitting right there in your taskbar. A quick search for Heroic Launcher in Discover, a couple of clicks later, and the app is installed. If the on-screen keyboard doesn't automatically pop up when you need to type, no worries, just hit the Steam button plus X and you're set. What makes Heroic Launcher such a must-have is its seamless integration with the Epic Games Store. This means all those games you've snagged during Epic's frequent free giveaways, they're now playable directly on your Steam Deck. I just gave BioShock Infinite a whirl through Heroic, and it runs flawlessly. The excitement to dive into the rest of my Epic library is real. Another neat feature of Heroic is its ability to add games directly to your Steam library. This is perfect if you like keeping all your games organized under one umbrella, which is what I prefer. Just use Heroic's built-in function to add your Epic games to Steam, and you can launch them directly from game mode on the Steam Deck without the need to switch back and forth between desktop and game modes. In short, Heroic Launcher opens up a world of possibilities for Steam Deck users by making it incredibly easy to access and enjoy your Epic Games Store library. It's all about more games, less hassle, and it perfectly complements the Steam Deck's aim to deliver a powerful, flexible gaming experience. ProtonDB. ProtonDB is quickly becoming an essential tool for any Steam Deck user, particularly those keen on expanding their gaming horizons beyond the usual Linux offerings. Integrated with Steam Play, ProtonDB leverages Valve Software's new tool, Proton, to streamline the process of playing Windows games on Linux platforms. This integration means that enjoying a Windows game on your Steam Deck is as easy as pressing the play button in Steam, a huge boon for gamers looking to take full advantage of their device's capabilities without getting bogged down in technical details. At its core, Proton is a compatibility layer that bundles popular tools like Wine and DXVK, which are essential for running Windows games on Linux. Before Proton, users had to manually install and maintain these tools, which could be a daunting task, especially for those not familiar with Linux's intricacies. Proton simplifies this process, removing a significant barrier for gamers who might have hesitated to switch to Linux due to the potential loss of access to their extensive library of Windows-based games. Proton is still relatively young, and while it has made significant strides, the compatibility and performance of Windows games on Linux can vary. This is where ProtonDB becomes invaluable. ProtonDB collects and aggregates user-submitted reports on how various games perform under Proton on Linux. This community-driven approach helps gamers identify which games run smoothly and which might need a bit of tweaking to work properly. The database not only serves as a compatibility checker, but also as a resource for troubleshooting and optimizing game performance. Additionally, ProtonDB allows users to browse the Steam game catalog specifically filtered for Linux compatibility. This feature is particularly useful for discovering new games and ensuring that purchases are compatible with the Steam Deck. The growing pool of user suggestions and tweaks available through ProtonDB also helps the community push the boundaries of what's playable, contributing to continuous improvements in Proton's functionality. Winetricks. If you're going into the world of Steam Deck gaming, especially if you enjoy playing games that aren't initially designed for Linux, Winetricks might just become your new best friend. It's a wrapper tool that simplifies running Winetricks commands for games using Steam Play's Proton, making it easier to manage those pesky Windows games that require a bit more coaxing to run smoothly on your device. Winetricks steps in where Proton might fall short, particularly with games that need specific runtime libraries or applications not included with Proton. This can often be a stumbling block when trying to run certain Windows games on Linux-based systems like the Steam Deck. With Winetricks, you can easily launch these necessary components, enhancing game compatibility and performance significantly. Installation of Winetricks is user-friendly and accessible through several methods. The most recommended way for Steam Deck users is via Flatpak, which you can find in the Discover application store when in desktop mode. This method is particularly convenient because it ensures compatibility with the Flatpak version of Steam and tends to be more up-to-date than community packages. Speaking of community packages, they are another viable option for installing Winetricks, especially if they are available for your distribution. These packages simplify the installation process by handling dependencies and desktop integration automatically. Once installed, using Winetricks is a breeze. It comes with desktop integration, adding a Winetricks app shortcut for easy access. This is particularly handy for launching external Windows executables within your Proton games, a feature you'll appreciate if you frequently adjust game settings or need to run patches. If the app shortcut isn't automatically available after installation, a quick command, Winetricks desktop install, in a terminal will sort that out. For Steam Deck users who venture into the realms of gaming that require a bit more technical flexibility, Winetricks is indispensable. It not only extends the range of games you can play on your device, but also improves the overall experience by ensuring games run more reliably. It's one of those tools that once you start using, you'll wonder how you managed without it, transforming your Steam Deck into an even more versatile gaming powerhouse. Warpinator. The Steam Deck has been a game-changer in handheld gaming, but like any device, it has its limitations, especially when it comes to handling certain Windows-only processes or transferring large files like game ROMs and ISOs. Traditionally, moving these files to your Steam Deck would require a USB or external hard drive, not to mention docking the deck and manually transferring the files. Enter Warpinator, a game-changing tool that dramatically simplifies this process by enabling file transfers over your local network. Warpinator is a free application designed to make file sharing as painless as possible between your Windows computer and your Steam Deck. The beauty of Warpinator is in its simplicity and efficiency, allowing you to transfer files, including entire games you've downloaded on your PC so you won't have to re-download them on your deck, quickly and without the need for physical cables. Setting up Warpinator is a breeze. On your Steam Deck, it's as simple as heading to the Discover store, searching for Warpinator, and hitting install. The process on the Windows side involves a bit more with the installation of Winpinator, the Windows counterpart to Warpinator, but it's still straightforward. After downloading and running the setup file from the Winpinator website, you're nearly ready to start transferring. The setup for both applications involves ensuring they can communicate seamlessly. This is done by matching a group code in both Warpinator and Winpinator settings, ensuring they're on the same network, and selecting the right network interface if necessary. Once set up, the two programs can find and connect to each other without a hitch. Transferring files is where Warpinator truly thrives. The interface is intuitive. Just drag and drop files into Winpinator, and they'll pop up on your Steam Deck. Approve the transfer, and the files will move over to your designated folder on the deck. It's that easy. No more fumbling with wires, no more long waits as files copy over a USB connection. Just quick, simple file transfers that let you get back to gaming faster. For any Steam Deck user looking to streamline their gaming setup and make managing files between systems a breeze, Warpinator is an indispensable tool. It not only eliminates the need for physical media transfers, but also enhances the overall usability of the Steam Deck, making it an even more versatile gaming machine. Core Control. The Core Control tool stands out in the realm of hardware management software, primarily because it caters not just to the tech-savvy, but also to regular users who might feel overwhelmed by the complexity of such systems. Core Control is particularly valuable for those who need to adjust their device settings based on the application they're running. Whether you're launching a heavy-duty game that demands more from your GPU, or you're working on 3D modeling or video editing, Core Control allows you to set up specific profiles for each application. This means you can configure everything from fan speeds to CPU and GPU frequencies, and for those with AMD GPUs, even more detailed adjustments like power modes. The beauty of Core Control lies in its user-friendly approach. Unlike other hardware control programs that may require juggling multiple interfaces or that focus only on specific components or features, Core Control provides a unified solution. It eliminates the need to manually adjust settings before and after each application use. Instead, it automatically applies the best hardware configuration as soon as you launch the program. This seamless operation not only saves time, but also ensures that your system is always running at its most efficient, based on the current demands. Moreover, Core Control is designed with the Linux community in mind. It's open source and free, aligning with the ethos of transparency and accessibility that many Linux users value. It's also built to accommodate a range of hardware, which means that while it currently offers full support for AMD GPUs, its future developments aim to include a broader spectrum of hardware options. For gamers using the Steam Deck, which already runs on a Linux-based operating system, Core Control can enhance your experience by optimizing your device's performance according to what the game requires. This not only can improve game performance, but also helps in managing the device's thermal output and battery life more effectively, ensuring that you can play longer and more comfortably. Discord. One of the standout features of the Steam Deck is its adaptability, particularly how it handles various applications in desktop mode, transforming it into a mini PC. A perfect example of utilizing this feature is installing Discord on the Steam Deck, which allows players to stay connected with their gaming community seamlessly while enjoying their favorite games. Installing Discord on the Steam Deck is a straightforward process that significantly enhances your gaming experience. First, you need to switch the device from its default gaming mode to desktop mode. This is easily done via the Steam Deck's power menu, where you can select Switch to Desktop. Once in desktop mode, accessing the Discover App Store lets you find and install Discord just as you would on a typical desktop. The inclusion of a built-in microphone on the Steam Deck means once Discord is installed, you can jump straight into voice chats or calls while gaming, making the coordination in multiplayer games or just catching up with friends an absolute breeze. To make the transition between gaming and communicating even smoother, you can add Discord as a non-Steam game. This allows you to launch Discord directly from gaming mode, integrating it neatly into your gaming sessions without the need to switch back to desktop mode. This integration is perfect for those who want the ease of keeping the chat going while playing. The setup is simple. Just open Steam in desktop mode, use the Add a Game option at the bottom of the Steam window, and select Add a non-Steam game. Find Discord in the list, add it, and it will appear in your Steam library. Once Discord is set up and added as a non-Steam game, switching back to gaming mode allows you to access and launch it like any other game. For the best experience, a Bluetooth keyboard and mouse are ideal, but the Steam Deck's controls and built-in microphone are perfectly capable for quick chats and navigating Discord's interface. Additionally, you can enhance your experience by customizing controller settings specifically for Discord, optimizing navigation through its menus directly from your controller. For those looking to personalize their Steam library, adding custom artwork to Discord's Steam entry can be a nice touch. This not only makes your library look good, but also gives a sense of personalization and flair to your setup. Lutris. Installing Lutris on your Steam Deck is like unlocking a treasure chest of gaming possibilities that are typically out of reach on a Linux-based system like SteamOS. Lutris is a must-have because it dramatically broadens the range of games you can play by enabling not just Steam games, but also those from other major platforms like GOG, Battle.net, the Epic Games Launcher, the EA app, and Ubisoft Connect. This makes Lutris an indispensable tool for anyone whose game library spans across multiple ecosystems. The process of installing Lutris itself, while it may sound daunting, is quite straightforward thanks to the Steam Deck's desktop mode. This mode transforms your handheld into a more traditional PC interface, making it easier to download and set up Lutris. Once in desktop mode, you simply use the Discover app to find and install Lutris. From there, you can add your preferred game launchers, each of which Lutris will manage to ensure they function correctly on Linux, handling all the necessary Linux compatibility adjustments without much user intervention. One of the great things about Lutris is that it maintains the native UI and functionalities of these launchers, so when you boot up Battle.net or Ubisoft Connect through Lutris, it feels as if you are using a regular PC. This seamless integration is crucial for a smooth gaming experience, allowing you to navigate and manage your games just as you would on a Windows machine. However, the convenience doesn't stop at just running these platforms. Lutris allows you to create shortcuts for these launchers directly in the Steam Deck's gaming mode by adding Lutris itself as a non-Steam game. This means you can jump straight into your Ubisoft or EA games without needing to switch back to desktop mode every time, significantly enhancing the user experience by keeping everything accessible through the Steam Deck's gaming interface. For those times when a launcher no longer serves your needs, or if you need to troubleshoot by reinstalling, Lutris also simplifies the uninstallation process. With just a few clicks within the Lutris interface, you can remove any launcher or game, keeping your system clean and organized. For any avid gamer looking to maximize the capabilities of their Steam Deck, Lutris is undoubtedly a go-to option. Flat Seal. Installing Flat Seal on your Steam Deck is a game changer for anyone who loves to dive into the expansive world of apps beyond what's traditionally supported. SteamOS, being a Linux-based platform, can sometimes limit your access to numerous applications, particularly those wrapped in flat packs, self-contained software packages that are easy to install but sometimes restricted in functionality due to their sandbox nature. This is where Flat Seal steps in as an indispensable tool, allowing you to manage these permissions with ease. Flat Seal's utility is especially apparent when you run into issues with accessing certain hardware features like the SD card on your Steam Deck. By default, Flatpaks may not have permission to access external storage, which can be a major hurdle if you're trying to expand your device's capabilities. With Flat Seal, you can grant any Flatpak application access to your SD card, ensuring that your apps can reach their full potential without being hindered by unnecessary restrictions. The process of installing Flat Seal is straightforward and user-friendly. Once you switch your Steam Deck to desktop mode, which is just a few taps away through the Steam menu, you're ready to download and install Flat Seal directly from the Discover app, Steam Deck's integrated application store. The beauty of Flat Seal lies in its simplicity. It provides a graphical interface that eliminates the need for complex command line operations, making it accessible even to those who might be less tech-savvy. Using Flat Seal, you can tweak various settings for each Flatpak application. For instance, you can turn GPU acceleration on or off depending on your needs, or adjust file system permissions to enhance app functionality. These adjustments can significantly impact the performance and usability of the apps, tailoring them more closely to your preferences and requirements. The steps to enable SD card access are particularly useful. After launching Flat Seal, you simply select the Flatpak application you want to modify, and with a few clicks, grant it access to the Run Media directory where the SD card is mounted. This action allows apps like game emulators or media players to directly interact with files stored on your SD card, bridging the gap between the application's capabilities and the hardware's potential. DistroBox. DistroBox is a remarkable tool that transforms your Steam Deck into a multi-distribution Linux powerhouse, offering you the flexibility to run applications from virtually any Linux distribution on your device. This capability is particularly useful given the immutable nature of the Steam Deck's main operating system, SteamOS, which is based on Arch Linux. With DistroBox, you can bypass the limitations of SteamOS by running software in isolated containers, much like the Windows subsystem for Linux does for Windows. but in this case, it's a Linux subsystem for Linux. Installation flexibility is one of the core benefits of DistroBox. It allows you to install software packages that are native to distributions other than Arch Linux. For example, if you need to run a program that's only available as a Debian package, you can easily set up an Ubuntu container and run the software seamlessly. This is done without affecting the underlying system thanks to DistroBox's containerization technology. Next comes the simple installation process to get DistroBox up and running. You start by installing it and its dependencies into the user partition of your Steam Deck, which ensures that these changes remain intact through system updates. The installation process involves downloading and running scripts to install DistroBox and Podman, a dependency for running containers, into a custom directory in your home folder. You then adjust your path settings to include these tools, making them easily accessible from the command line. Creating and using distributions also plays a part. With DistroBox, creating a new Linux distribution container on your Steam Deck is as straightforward as executing a few commands. For instance, to create an Ubuntu container, you simply use DistroBox's command to pull the Ubuntu Docker image and initiate the container. Entering the container shifts your environment from SteamOS to Ubuntu, complete with access to Ubuntu's repositories and package management system. Not only does DistroBox handle command line applications, but it also supports graphical user interfaces. By configuring your system to allow GUI applications from the container to display on your Steam Deck, you can use graphical programs as if they were installed natively. This means you can run a variety of applications from different ecosystems, broadening the utility of your device. Lastly, for developers and tech enthusiasts, DistroBox is a boon. It enables the installation of development environments and programming tools that are otherwise challenging to set up on SteamOS. For example, you can use it to install Python environments via PND, manage different Python versions, and install all necessary development libraries and tools within the container without affecting the host OS. Additionally, since DistroBox uses Podman for managing containers, you can handle Docker images directly on your Steam Deck. This is ideal for developers looking to test or deploy applications in a Docker environment, providing a familiar workflow akin to using Docker on a traditional PC. Steam Deck tools. If you're looking to unlock the full potential of your Steam Deck and customize your gaming experience, then checking out Steam Deck tools might just be your next smart move. This suite of applications is designed specifically to enhance the functionality of the Steam Deck, particularly when running Windows. From fine-tuning the hardware to improving gameplay experience with performance metrics, Steam Deck Tools offers a variety of features that cater to power users and gamers alike. The standout applications in this project include fan control, performance overlay, and power control. Each of these tools addresses a specific aspect of the Steam Deck's operation. For instance, fan control allows you to manage the device's cooling fan, which is crucial for maintaining optimal performance without overheating, especially during long gaming sessions. Performance overlay, on the other hand, is incredibly useful for gamers who want to monitor their FPS and other system stats in real time, helping them gauge the impact of different settings and environments on their gameplay. Power control is another significant tool that lets you adjust the TDP, thermal design power, and refresh rate. This feature is particularly beneficial for those looking to balance performance with battery life, allowing for a more tailored gaming experience depending on whether you're plugged in or on the go. Additionally, for those using their Steam Deck to access games outside of the Steam ecosystem, such as through Game Pass, the Steam controller application within the suite makes it possible to use the Steam Deck with these platforms, further enhancing its versatility. However, as with any tool that digs deep into the system's operation, there are risks involved. Steam Deck Tools performs kernel manipulation, which could potentially lead to system instability. Users considering this suite should be aware of these risks and weigh them against the benefits. Moreover, the project has capabilities to connect to a remote server for auto updates or error tracking, which touches upon privacy considerations. RetroDeck. RetroDeck is quickly becoming a must-have for Steam Deck users who love classic gaming, thanks to its user-friendly approach to emulation. With the release of RetroDeck v0.7.0b, the developers have introduced a slew of enhancements that make it even more appealing, especially for those new to the emulation scene or looking for a streamlined experience. The heart of RetroDeck's appeal lies in its integration with Emulation Station Desktop Edition, ESD, which provides a sleek, easy-to-navigate interface that aggregates various emulators under one roof. This setup not only makes it simple to switch between different gaming platforms, but also ensures a visually appealing and intuitive user experience. Whether you're revisiting classic games from your childhood or exploring titles that were before your time, RetroDeck makes it as straightforward as possible. One of the key updates in this latest beta version is the unified controller layout. This enhancement standardizes hotkeys across all emulators, reducing the learning curve and smoothing the gameplay experience. No more fumbling with different control schemes every time you switch from one emulator to another. RetroDeck aims to make transitions seamless and gameplay intuitive. Additionally, the new system folder layout introduced in v0.7.0b is designed to simplify modding. This is a big plus for gamers who like to tweak their games or add custom content, as it provides easier access and better organization for mods. Coupled with significant upgrades to their own configurator now integrated within ESDE, RetroDeck is tailoring itself to be as accommodating as possible for users' customization needs. On the technical side, RetroDeck isn't just stopping at interface improvements. The update rolls out the latest versions of RetroArch and various emulator cores, as well as updates to other standalone emulators. This ensures that users have access to the most current and stable versions, enhancing both compatibility and performance. The addition of Wii U support via CEMU is particularly exciting, expanding the range of available games to include more recent console generations. Furthermore, the experimental multi-user support introduces a new layer of functionality, allowing different users to maintain their own settings and progress. This feature is great for shared devices, ensuring that everyone's personal preferences and game saves are kept separate. Nested Desktop. If you're a Steam Deck user who loves the flexibility of gaming mode but also appreciates the functionality of desktop mode, Nested Desktop is a tool that could revolutionize how you use your device. Nested Desktop bridges the gap between gaming mode and desktop mode, making it a seamless experience to switch between gaming and using your Steam Deck as a more traditional PC. This tool is particularly handy for those who find themselves frequently switching modes to perform different tasks. Enabling Nested Desktop is straightforward and integrates smoothly into your Steam setup. To get started, you'll first need to switch your Steam Deck to desktop mode. From there, simply search for Nested Desktop in the Start menu. Once you find it, right-click on the application and choose Add to Steam. This action allows Nested Desktop to appear as a non-Steam game within your library, making it accessible directly from gaming mode. What sets Nested Desktop apart is how it enhances the usability of the Steam Deck. By allowing you to run desktop mode within gaming mode, it eliminates the need for constant logouts and logins, which can be a hassle if you're frequently switching between tasks. This integration means that you can quickly jump into desktop mode to browse the web, manage files, or even catch up on some work, then switch back to your game without missing a beat. Moreover, Nested Desktop makes it easier to configure controllers, as you can handle these settings without leaving your game environment. This is particularly beneficial for gamers who use controller-compatible games in desktop mode or need to adjust settings on the fly. While Nested Desktop offers many conveniences, it's important to note that it does have some limitations, such as not being able to resize the image for an external monitor while in this mode. Despite this, for the average user who primarily uses their Steam Deck's built-in display, this is a minor drawback compared to the flexibility and efficiency it offers. There you have it, our top 15 must-have apps that are sure to elevate your Steam Deck experience. Each app on this list has been chosen for its ability to enhance functionality, improve user experience, or add valuable new features to your device. By incorporating these tools into your Steam Deck, you'll not only maximize its performance, but also enjoy a richer, more versatile gaming and multimedia experience. Dive into these apps and discover how each one can bring out the best in your Steam Deck, making every gaming session more exciting and fulfilling. That's all for today's video, folks. If you enjoyed what we presented in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Catch you guys later.